Welcome back to GoblinTraders.net and the Destroy Target Permanent official YouTube channel. Another draft video. Eventually, we are going to get around to some constructed videos. This format's just a blast. Like, I've been having so much fun in this. So what do we got? Mythos of Brokos is okay. Nothing super exciting. Neutralize, Survive Thundermane, Blade Banish, Blood Curdle. Capture Sphere, Volcapete's good. Oh man. Right now I'm between Survive Thundermane and Blood Curdle. Let's see. I think Blood Curdle is just the better card. Just simply, it's a removal spell. It's single color. I feel like we're starting a lot of the drafts similarly here lately. Would like to attempt to draft something different. But, trying to stay open, trying to draft, what the packs are telling me. Okay, so now we have our rares, a Zagoth Triome. As far as black goes, we have Boot Nipper, Durable Coil Bug. We also have the Indatha Crystal. It's Obzon, Ivy Elemental, Migratory Greathorn. I think we'll take the Ivy Elemental. See if maybe we can get into something akin to the Mutate decks or something like that. So we'll take a Farfinder here. That's pretty easy. That's good in generally most of the decks that you're going to draft on this format. I think the only exception is Cycling deck, and it's still not terrible there. It's more speculating with the Ivy Elemental. It's really good to try to mutate onto. Okay, so here we've got a Bastion of Remembrance, which is actually pretty good. Boot Nipper again. The Vigilance Lord, Alert Heedbonder, Neutralize. Let's speculate on this Bastion Remembrance. Maybe we end up like a black-white deck. Trinith Magistrate really doesn't do a whole lot. We'll take this Memory Leak. It's generally better in the Cycling deck, but it's still really good here. We'll take another Farfinder. Looks like we'll go with an Essence Symbiote. Well, we took one. We'll take a second one. Hopefully we can come across some really good mutate creatures because it looks like we've got a pretty good start here. That's generally a blue-green deck. It means Bastion Remembrance is okay. Blood Curdles, like anything we decide to splash is going to be really easy just because of the Farfinder. Okay, I think I'm going to take the Capture Sphere here. There's really nothing else that we want to play. We'll take the Crystal. Goriak's not great. A lot of these picks here in the later parts of the packs don't necessarily matter unless you get past something, unexpected. So let's see here. So here, I think we'll take this Blitz Leech. I don't think we're going to end up playing it. We'll take a Survivor's Bond. Plummet for the sideboard. Next pack. Hole. We got Illuna, Fertilid, Thieving Otter, Partial Beast. Exuberant Wolf Bear is a really good card if you have more humans, but it's definitely Illuna Apex of Wishes here. Okay, so now, as far as colors go, we have Thieving Otter. There's a Porcupine, which is a mutate creature, which we wouldn't have too much of an issue splashing. But there's also Hornbash Mentor, which is really good. So I actually think we're going to take it's between Thieving Otter and Hornbash Mentor. I think we're going to take the Mentor. Okay, so now we have Cloud Piercer, again, a different color mutate. We have Vulpikeet, another color. We also have Glimmerbell, which is a really good combination if the Porcupine comes back around. I think we'll take the Glimmerbell. Okay, so it's Fertilid, a Farfinder. I think we'll take the Fertilid. We have 2 Farfinders already. There's another Farfinder, so we have a possibility of one willing. We'll take a Parcel Beast here. We're probably going to play the Blood Curdle. Unsure about the Blitz Leech and Bastion Remembrance and Memory Leak. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. We'll definitely take the Dreamtail Heron here. It's another Thieving Otter. I definitely would like to pick up some of those, but we'll see. So let's pull the Bastion out and the Blitz Leech for right now. Maybe the Memory Leak does have cycling. So it's not too bad of a kind of fail state for the card. If we find ourselves in a situation where we can't cast it or whatever, we do have this Crystal, which we may end up playing. So if we need to splash like a Vulpikeet, or if we get like a Necropanther or something of that sort. So now we have a Glowstone Recluse, and we have another Essence Symbiote. We have 2 symbiotes. There's also a Dismal Backwater, which I wouldn't mind, but I think we're going to take the Recluse. Okay, here I think we'll take a Thornwood Falls over an Essence Scatter. That's actually a pretty close pick. That might be wrong, but I'm going to take the Thornwood Falls. Could very easily be the wrong choice there. Would really like to come across a oh, what is the card? It's like something of the Forever Beast. Charge of the Forever Beast, I think. That would be nice. Okay, we'll take a second Otter. There's another Endatha Crystal. We'll take a Wilt, which we may end up playing in the main deck. We'll just have to wait and see. take a keep safe. Again, not sure that'll stay in the main deck. Put a fully grown on the sideboard. Take another otter. Oh, the Dismal Backwater came around. Nice. Okay, so here we do have the Everquill Phoenix, which double red is a little bit more difficult to splash. We have a Ram through. We also have Baby Godzilla, or Poliwag Symbiote, which I actually think is what we're going to take. Really hoping that the Ram through comes back around. It would be nice to try to splash this, but I mean the mutate cost we would be able to splash. So maybe that is the pick. Yeah, we'll take the Phoenix. Well, and immediately past Emergent Ultimatum. Which I think since we're going to end up trying to be splashing multiple colors, we're not going to go with the Ultimatum here. Then we're going to take a second Capture Sphere. Right now I don't know if we're playing the Crystal here. So now we have a choice between a Symbiote and another Fertilid. Bloodveil Caves hopefully comes back around. I think we'll take the Symbiote simply on mana cost considerations. Not sure about the keep safe because we're probably going to be tapping out quite a bit. And we have things like Survival Bond where we can return, some of these other creatures to our hand from the graveyard. Okay, not a whole lot here for us. So there's a Phase Dolphin and a Deadweight. Well, Deadweight is the better card. Let's see, what does our curve actually look like? We do have a lot of threes. I think we'll take the Phase Dolphin. Okay, now here. So it's between Vulpikeet, Neutralize, and maybe the Rumbling Rock Slide since we're already trying to splash red here. Let's go with the Rock Slide. Not sure that it makes it into the deck when everything's said and done, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to play Convolute. Maybe Dark Bargain. We'll take the Convolute. I don't think we're going to play Dark Bargain in this deck. So now we have Frostlinks and Fertilid. Actually, I think we're going to take the Frostlinks. I would like to get the Fertilid, but Primal Empathy is a decent card. I think we're going to take it over the Primal Ambush or Frostveil Ambush. Oh, Poliwag Symbiote came around. Sweet. So it does kind of look like that we're in the correct color since we're in 4. But we have Fertilid, we have Farfinder, we have a duel already. We also have Partial Beast that can help us find other lands. Let's see. We'll get the other Plummet out of here. Get the Lurking Deadeye. We're not going to play Anticipate. A lot of these cards, again, don't really matter. Would be nice. Okay. I was going to say it would be nice if the Bloodfell Caves came back around, but it didn't. Which is fine. So let's take a look here. Let's see. Okay, I don't think we're going to play the Rock Slide. So we'll cut mountain count down to 2, since this is technically the only mountain or red card that we're attempting to splash at the moment, because Illuna is only green-blue in the mutate cost. So that makes it a little easier. We'll get the Convolute out. I think we'll cut an Otter. Definitely want to try out this Phase Dolphin. I don't know if it's any good, but we'll give it a shot. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's fix our land situation here. So we have 6 blue sources. Which I think we may need to go up on. Three black sources. I'm not really counting this memory leak, so 3 black sources for the Blood Curdle. Actually, maybe the memory leak just leaves then. Two red sources for the Phoenix. Oops. Okay, so we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we need to actually add some cards. I think we'll add a forest and another island. So now we need to cut 3 more cards. Goriax needs to cut. It's a serviceable creature, but it's not fantastic. We can cut Glimmerbell since the Porky Parrot combo didn't come together. Okay. Wondering if it's this Primal Empathy. 4, 5, 6. Because I mean, it does allow us to grow any of our creatures, so it is a powerful card in that sense. The Hornbash Mentor is going to give any of our creatures that don't already have Trample, which I believe is solely Illuna Trample. So if we draw a late Ivy Elemental, we can make it really big and, you know, get through. So let's see, maybe it's the Phase Dolphin. But that does help us get through some board stalls if need be. Survivor's Bond, we have no humans to get back, so that is strictly 2 mana regrowth on one of our creatures. So maybe that is a cut. I like having the Wilt. I mean, a lot of these decks are going to have some number of enchantments, whether it's Pacifism, Capture Spheres, and whatnot. So, and it has cycling. So that doesn't bother me to play that really. I think we're going to go with the Phase Dolphin though. Haven't had a chance to play with the Recluse, so I want to try it out. As far as mutate creatures go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 actual mutate creatures, and then we have some nice creatures to actual mutate onto. The Thieving Otters. Frostlings, you're going to get the value once it enters, but giving Thieving Otter some sort of evasion to continually draw the card. Fertilid is kind of like mutating onto this gives your creature +2/+2 because it has 2 counters. Hornbash Mentor is going to give whatever we mutate trample. Oh, this is a human. Okay, so Survivor's Bond does let us get back Hornbash Mentor plus a creature. Fartfinder, giving your creature vigilance is not too bad. Essence Symbiote and Polywog are 2 kind of payoffs, and Ivy Elemental is probably one of the better creatures to mutate onto. So this is what we've got, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so we do have Symbiote, and that's kind of the only thing that we're going to be doing with this hand. So I think we're going to mulligan. If we do find a 3rd land, like we do kind of get going, but okay, this is much better because we can go Symbiote into Otter. We're going to put a land back. Hope we should be able to find one through the Otter. Assuming that our opponent isn't going to be some super low to the ground deck and, you know, we won't be able to get through. Less stiff 4/16. Is our opponent. Let's kind of see what's going on here. Okay, so we'll play an island, play the Symbiote. We drew our Phoenix. Let's go ahead and play the Thieving Otter. We'll go ahead and get in for 2. Next turn we do have the option to mutate the Parcel Beast onto probably the Thieving Otter. So let's see, they could have Neutralize, but I don't think that there's much of a point in attempting to play around that. If they neutralize this, then okay. So now we have Insatiable Hemophage. We'll go ahead and attack with the Parcel Beast. They can block or let us have a card. This does have Death Touch, which is fine. We can get that back with Hunter's Bond. Or Survivor's Bond, rather. We'll wait. Let's see. Attempt to get in for 4. Looks like they have a removal spell. Okay. So trade off for the Lurking Deadeye. We'll go ahead and cast this to get back a Thieving Otter and play it. Not really, the maximum value off Survivor's Bond, but... And now they're going to kill the Thieving Otter again. Okay. Let's... Actually... Now, let's go ahead and Capture Sphere that. I would rather keep my Symbiote than to trade it off for that. Not to mention, if we draw a red source, we can mutate this onto the Symbiote and it becomes a 5/5. Okay, so now we have to worry about a removal spell, like a Blood Curdle or maybe a Neutralize or something of that sort. Again, it's something difficult to play around. We also get a free card off this when we mutate. Decline. We'll put it into our hand. Go ahead and get in for 6. So this way we do have a removal spell for the next creature that they play. Okay. Iluna has flying and trample, so if they do have a flying creature that we somehow can't, remove through the Capture Sphere, not a big deal. And that's game. And on to the next one. Yeah, so I hope everyone is making it through everything okay, remaining healthy, taking care of themselves. We're attempting to provide some entertainment, some levity in your day to kind of bring you out of it. Keep on the lookout. My co-host, Jeremy, the professor of Pure Jank, will hopefully be having some videos go up in the relative near future. Kind of upgraded his computer setup, so his videos will probably look a lot better than mine, maybe sound a lot better. We'll see. I know it might be mildly more entertaining. A draw. Okay. I don't know how that works. But it may be mildly more entertaining, giving his proclivity to kind of try new things and wild things, and he is the jank overlord, so okay, so we have no green source, so we're gonna have we do have a Thieving Otter on 3. So the question is, do we just hold out and hope that we find the green source for the following 2 cards and just hold on to the Thieving Otter? Yeah, I think we'll go for that. We also have the ability to, never mind. I was going to say we can mutate this, but no, we can't. So, okay, our opponent not having anything on the first 2 turns of the game is kind of nice. So that kind of helps a little bit. There's our green source. Although I think we're going to kind of conceal it and play our Thieving Otter. I guess our opponent is Obzon. So I think here we'll go ahead and play let's see. So we'll go ahead and play Fertilid. And next turn, we can remove a counter, go get a second forest, and choose whether it's more profitable to mutate or play the symbiote. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think now that they're attacking, we may just mutate onto the Fertilid and try to attack that way. We have a Capture Sphere. So let's try to mutate onto the Fertilid. Becomes a 4/6. We'll go ahead and attack. Play our Thornwood Falls. Our mana's actually panned out really good this game, so I can't complain too much. Would like to draw a little bit more gas. Okay, so it looks like this turn we'll probably Capture Sphere plus Symbiote here. Yeah. So we'll Symbiote. Capture Sphere the Vulpikeet. And get him for 4. Next turn we can play the Everquill Phoenix, kind of putting one of these into the air. If we pick the Parcel Beast, it does become a 6/6, so that's a 2-turn clock. Depending on what our opponent does, we may be able to put it on the Symbiote to try to get him more damage. I'm aware that Fiend Artisan does give them the ability to sacrifice this. Just kind of depends on what they go get. For 4 mana. Goriak, okay. Oh boy. So do we have enough to do both? So this is 4 and 10. So no. But we can go ahead and mutate onto the Parcel Beast. Over. This becomes an 8/8. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll get a free creature. And that's game. In my experience, I've had the pleasure of drafting Illuna Apex of Voices a couple times. That is generally how the games go once it resolves. So You know, if your opponent has no clean way to deal with it, you know, there you go. Yeah, we'll keep this. This is good. Playing against a Jangotha companion deck. Looks like they have some mutate abilities going on with the Mysterious Egg here. Go ahead and play our Essence Symbiote. Okay, so a similar game plan to what we've got going on, I imagine. Maybe not as nice as a top end, but yeah, we'll attack with Symbiote. Like if they want to trade it off their Otter, that's fine. Like we have 2 other copies of the Symbiote, so we're more likely to find a second one. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to trade off for the Otter here. Okay, so they have a second Otter. Okay. I think here I'm just going to play out the Parcel Beast as a creature. It blocks the Thieving Otter really well. And we'll pass the turn. Next turn, depending on what we draw, if we find our red source, maybe we just cast Illuna as a creature. If not, we'll just have to see what we draw, but maybe we hold it off to try to mutate on to the Parcel Beast and start getting in. It's relevant that our opponent is stuck on 3 lands so far. So the fact that we didn't let the Otter through is beneficial to us. Okay, so we'll play the Dismal Backwater. I'm going to hold this Survivor's Bond just in case they have some sort of removal spell for our Illuna or the Phoenix, if we can get it down. And not to mention we can activate this ability too. So activate the Parcel Beast. It is a land. So let's try to get things going. They have a counterspell, Convolute? Okay. So next turn, if we draw a land, we have the ability to get this back and attempt to mutate it again. Okay, so same color scheme that we have going on, it looks like, outside of the red splash. Was this a Dreamtail Heron? Deciding which one to mutate onto, maybe? Okay. We'll get rid of the Recluse. Yeah, we'll let it through. Okay, Hornbash Mentor. Not another land. I think we'll mutate onto the Parcel Beast. Play the Survivor's Bond. Get back the Aluna. And we'll pass the turn. Now, if they want to attack with Cavern Whisperer, we can double block and activate. So we'll double block here. Go ahead and activate. Done. Gonna play Jingantha this turn, I guess. Gigantha, sorry. So we have a capture sphere for that. Which I am actually sorely tempted to go ahead and take out. Let's go ahead and play a second symbiote. And attack for 2. Does not keep them from being able to mutate onto it. Phase Dolphin's a good card. Well, it's better when you're the aggressor, but 1/4 that gives you the ability to block is pretty good too. So let's attempt to mutate again. They have a second convolute. Wow. Okay. It's kind of annoying. So we'll go ahead and cycle, see if we find a red source. We do not. No attacks. Okay, so kind of our big haymaker has been dealt with because of our opponent playing 2 convolutes, which is kind of whatever. No blocks. There's no benefit to us blocking here, so. Okay, Blood Curdle's nice. Let's play our Mentor. Give this Trample. Let's go ahead and Curdle the Trumpeting Gnar. Get it out of here. Let's put Menace on the other one. No attacks. Okay. That's unfortunate. So right now, we really need to find a red source. Because we've used both of our capture spheres. No, we've used one capture sphere. So here's a fertilid. This allows us to go find our red source, which is nice. And we will pass the turn. We'll attempt to mutate onto the fertilid. Play our Thieving Otter. We're going to leave this back to try to block the Dreamtail Heron. I was going to say, I don't imagine that they can attack at this point now. So I'm going to continue to pass until we possibly find our second capture sphere, or we find some way to get this vigilance. Wow. This is kind of wild. So now their Illuna is going to be bigger than my Phoenix. Jeez, and they got a Crystalline Giant? Gosh. That is ridiculous. Yeah, and they're going to make this unable to block, so I'm dead. Yep. Never would have expected that I was playing that close of a mirror match in a limited format. Yeah, this is a good hand. This allows us to go get a island or a mountain, depending on what one we feel that we need at that point. We'll have to wait and see this next turn what exactly we're wanting to do. If we want to play a Ivy Elemental, and then, okay, well, there's our red source. So, do we just want to play this for 2? And try to mutate onto it next turn? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for since our opponent tapped out this turn. And this, short of exiling effects or whatever, that gives us the ability to bring it back with the feather. If they do pacifism it, we have a wilt to draw into, so that's a possibility. We're definitely going to go ahead and blood curdle the Umori. I don't want to deal with that kind of cost reduction. That is for sure. Okay. Another Farfinder. Okay, so this next turn we can play Farfinder, get our island, play our Otter. Hit our opponent down to 2. Through the Blood Curdle, giving a menace counter to our Evercool Phoenix makes it extremely difficult to deal with through combat. So let's see, short of them finding something kind of ridiculous here. Does this have reach? No, vigilance. Okay, and that's game. Yeah, the quick IV Elemental into the Evercool Phoenix is difficult to beat. So we'll go ahead and keep this. We have Curdle if we draw into one of our black sources. We also have IV Elemental at any point in the curve that we feel we need to cast it. Checkpoint Officer, okay. That's annoying. Well, I think we'll go ahead and play the IV Elemental for 2. Sure, they can Checkpoint Officer it down. It's kind of whatever. We also have the ability to play Illuna as a creature this game because we have the red source ready to go. Obviously, we're not going to attack into the Marmoset here. Okay, sending their Vulpikeet to the sky does kind of make me want to play this as a creature. But I think we'll wait. Get in for 2. Because this is going to become a 9/9. So if they don't leave this back to tap it down. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Mutate on the IV Elemental. Yes, they have the ability to tap it down, but we have to try to find a black source to remove this Vulpikeet. Or maybe we remove the checkpoint officer because it allows us to block the Vulpikeet this way. Perfect. Tap it down. Okay. We'll get him for 2. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is wilt to destroy the weaponized monsters. And then curdle the Vulpikeet. Okay, tap down the Illuna. We're going to get him for 2. They basically have to leave up the checkpoint officer to make sure that Illuna doesn't get through. I'm going to go ahead and block with the Far Finder. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Let's go ahead and do this. So they basically have the option of, actually, we're going to go ahead and mutate onto this just to get that free permanent off of it. I won't pass it through. These tappers are going to be quite annoying getting through this game, that's for sure. Okay, tap down. No attacks. Okay, so they get to tap down another creature. Fine. That is one way we can lose if they just have a bunch of cyclers. They can tap down our team and get in that way. Thundermane's annoying. Our opponent's deck looks really good. Okay, I think at this point we're just going to go ahead and return the Farfinder to try to get a land out of our deck. We'll get a mountain in case we want to actually hardcast the Phoenix when we draw it. Second checkpoint officer is annoying, for sure. Let's go ahead and tap the other one. They can tap a creature, it's whatever. Okay. We're flooding really bad this game. I mean, the tappers are kind of what is hindering our game plan here, but flooding definitely doesn't help. Okay. Now we're in a bit of trouble. That doesn't really help. Okay. Yeah, I mean this kind of sucks. It's unfortunate, but it's just kind of what this deck is made to do. So we basically have to find a removal spell for the Thundermane or the Everquill Phoenix, basically. And that's game. Just going to tap down this and they can get him for 4 in the air, so we're dead. That's unfortunate. It is kind of the sole blemish on this format is the fact that the cycling deck is so good. Like, it is far and above the best archetype in the format. But Yeah, the format's still great. Um, yeah, we'll keep this. Okay. Well, no land off the top is unfortunate. No attack. I'm not going to block here. If they have a cycling card, then they just blow us out and take out both of our symbiotes. At this point, we've basically priced into playing Farfinder to go probably get a swamp. Like, I'm not going to block the Marmoset right now, so I might as well attack. Still think we're going to Blood Curdle the Marmoset this next coming turn. Unless a better target presents itself. Like that. Yeah, we'll probably take out the Momentum Rumbler. That card can be a beating. We'll take 2. So we'll get rid of the Momentum Rumbler. Give one of the symbiotes a menace counter. Attack for 5. If they want to trade off their Gremlin for the Farfinder, that's okay. Ferocious Tigerilla. Giving this a menace counter. Okay. I'm going to take a hit from the Marmoset one more turn. So that way, if in case we end up mutating onto the Farfinder, it gives us the ability to, well, so we'll get that. So we'll just continue the race here. I'm hitting for 5 each turn. They're hitting for 2. 3 if you count the ping from the Gremlin. Wow. Wind outside right now is kind of brutal. Get in for 5 again. I think we're going to have to probably play the Fertilid this next coming turn, since we have went multiple turns without finding a land drop. think at this point I am going to block. Okay. So you've cycled and given it a death touch counter. I'm just going to kill it anyway. So that's fine. Okay. There's land. So now what do we do here? We'll go ahead and make a 4/4. I think since our opponent's at 6, we're just going to sit back, because if we draw into Illuna, the game's just over on the spot. So this gives them the ability to draw a card. Wow. Okay. That's pretty good. So we mutate onto here, make it a 6/6. That's good. That was we got pretty lucky there. Our opponent kind of getting a little overzealous with the tentative connection. On to the next game. Okay. Haven't been really impressed with the Glowstone Recluse. So after this match, we may change it up. Play a symbiote. After, depending on what our opponent does, it's kind of between Farfinder, Otter, and getting the empathy down. Empathy does kind of allow us to start churning through our library and, get things going. So I think that's what I'm going to do. No attacks. Is this a Vulpikeet? These things are everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and, oops. I'm going to go ahead and mutate onto this. It'll give us the ability to block this, depending on what our opponent has, of course. Pacifism is consideration, and Blade Banish. Okay, well, we have the Wilt, so that is fortunate for us. So we're going to play the Farfinder. going to go get a mountain. Land for turn. Actually, that is an instance. Let's wait. Let's pass the turn. See if we can kind of bait them into attacking and blow up the pacifism and block. Wow, okay. Resolve. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to let that through. So we'll go ahead. Blow up the pacifism. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we'll cast this. I was confused for a second. And now, no attacks. This way we have 2 blockers. Nice. Definitely want to play the Hornbash Mentor. Probably give this trample. We're going to get in with the Illuna. Okay, well, we got him to use a trick. So we'll capture Spirit. So this is 3. So we'll go ahead and play this. I want to try to leave up this activation. And we'll play Thieving Otter. And end the turn. That's game. Made it to gold. I believe making it to gold in limited is the first time that I've done that. I really haven't had the time to dedicate this much time into limited, so that's nice. Yeah, I think we have to mulligan here because we can't actually cast any of our spells. Ugh. Yeah, we'll keep this one. Put back a Mentor. Between the Frost Lynx and the Thieving Otter, we should be able to find another land and buy some time. Oh, well, nice. Player Symbiote. We can follow it up by whichever one of our 3 drops is appropriate this next turn. Have not had a chance to play with or against Kahira the Orphan Guard. Well, since... Actually, let's play the Otter, and then next turn we can play the Frost Lynx, tapping down the Death Touch creature. Assuming they don't play Kahira here, which they may. Kahira here. Oh, it killed me. Cycling, probably looking for the third land. They found it. So let's tap this down. Get in for 4. Next turn we have. Well, we would have a Luna if we had a red source, but we draw another land and we can mutate it. So that's nice too. Okay. Another Boot Nipper. So let's see what they end up blocking. That's what I imagine. I think we'll play another Otter. Hopefully we draw a 6th land. We mutate on the Otter, we can get in. Even Vigilance. Yep, nice. No blocks. So let's mutate onto the Thieving Otter. Becomes a 7/7 and we get an extra permanent. I'm just going to get in for 7. Does that have reach? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Did not see that coming. That is unfortunate. Wow. Okay. At this point, I think we're going to try to remove this from the battlefield. That's fine. Returning the Boot Nipper. Again, extremely annoying card. We'll play the Spider. Play land, pass the turn. So now if we can find the Survivor's Bond, that would be nice. Back for more. Jeez. This is a sweet brew our opponent's got going on here. Okay, yeah, so if our opponent has really anything that is going to grant toughness to their creatures, I'm just dead. May still be dead. Yep, we're dead. Okay. Nice run. I believe we ended with 5-3. So can't complain too much. The losses that we ended up taking, our opponent's decks were in two. You know, this last game was that was a very interesting deck. I really like what my opponent was going for there. And in the previous 2, the pseudo mirror match was a lot of fun to kind of play out. It was very interesting that it lined up as similarly as my deck was. And then the cycling deck, I mean, it's difficult to beat that deck. Let's just be honest. I never really had color issues. All of the cards I was really happy with, say for the Glowstone Recluse, wasn't too impressed with that card, so probably would have traded it out for Glimmerbell, I imagine. So it'd be something like that. But Recluse was not terrible. It just did not hit the bar that some of our other mutate creatures did. So nothing wrong with that. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you here in the next video.